Okay, here we are. Part two. Oh, what the heck? I must have bumped something, So there's the headlights. And I'm piddling around on this stupid thing. And here I come up with the car. I was really just spending my time coming up with a different grill. I wanted something that wasn't a Mark Lincoln grill. I had a Bentley grill I can use on this. I had a Rolls-Royce grill I could use. And I'm like, yeah, that's all great, but I kind of want my own thing. And this doesn't have fenders on it, which one of the remarkable things of the car is the fenders, so they are available. I mean, we're not going to be without them. But here's the fun part. I'm piddling around. I said, well, let's put it over at the end of his house. That's a Frank Lloyd Wright house. Pop goes the weasel right in there. Have a Duval racing windshield in it. I've got some other pictures with the little Brooklands racing windshields, which are the way to go. I'll show you in a minute. But then I did this thing. I was trying to get it to drive off down the road, and it turned out my AI didn't do that. But that's okay. I got this vision of the car heading down Glendower up in the Los Feliz area of LA. And down the road we go with that pointed boat tail. The thing is really sleek. And it's like, these are my ideas. This isn't fantasy. This isn't something that somebody popped up in AI, and tried to make something look like something else. This is actually design. This is what we're going to do. And then you look at the back of it. Here's another design for it. This is the one has no fenders on it. It's set up for a trunk. And that's something we're going to look at, is using the boat tail and having a trunk. Here's the black one. You kind of get an idea. That's at the Griffith Observatory. That's where the Terminator materialized. If you remember the beginning of the Terminator movie, the first one, the kids come up and give him crap because he's stark naked, and he takes his clothes and takes off. That's right there. That's where it happened. But I keep coming up with all these ideas and thoughts and stuff. Some of them are good, some are bad. The ones I don't like, you won't see them because they're all long gone. This is a little thing I did. A copper and matte blue, with the interior being matte blue. That's the Ennis house again, up in LA. Everybody says that's really cool. They like that, and that's why I put it up here. I want choices. I want things to, show up on here. But little things happen because, we got a front end here, okay? You're looking at the car. Without fenders, you can see all the gear. So here we are right here. All that stuff is totally customized. It's totally chromed out. So it looks good. It's not just a bunch of mechanical stuff sticking out in the breeze. It looks nice. And then I finally did a rendering of the interior, and we left the door off so you could really see more of it, actually. And that's Circassian walnut veneer with what kind of fancy classic gauges I'm going to get, I don't know. That's in Gary's backyard. That's the other picture over there. And this one is in teal, and it's got the fenders on it. It's got some modifications made with the pipe. We got 19-inch 5-spoke wheels for with 15-inch disc brakes. And this thing's got a dedicated GPS, all kinds of fancy schmancy little goodies on it. And then there's the boat tail with the fenders. And then, of course, not to stop just at that. This is the stuff I'm working on. This is the one without the fenders is called the Speedster. And the one with the fenders is called the Sovereign. So we'll be working on that too. But literally, the Sovereign has all the same underpinnings. It's basically the same car, except it doesn't have the fenders and the running boards. This one, though, this is called the Assassin. And, of course, you see where it is. Now that I'm noticing it, well, just the camera does it. I have to change tires and stuff. But that's sitting on a Bonneville salt flats in this picture. And that's why it's called the Assassin. With a 3.75 liter Bentley turbo motor cranked up, till hell breaks loose. That car should easily, we can lie. It should hit 200 miles an hour. That shouldn't be a problem with that motor. It's big and it's bad, and it cranks like a booger. These are the Brooklands racing windshields. That's a choice. We can get those too. This is more of the Duval with less of a V than I'd like. I'm not going to fiddle with it because every time I keep trying to fiddle with it, it keeps bopping something else. So I'm not going to mess with it. But I don't want to go too far with it. I want to produce it and not sit here dreaming about it. So now the next step, we have put the mighty Tahoe together. It's up here on the lift. Nice, safe place. If it falls, it'll fall on a Rolls Royce. It'll be cushioned. It's no problem. But I went in here and, because those little 4L60s that they stuff in here, basically are garbage. They don't work for squat if you're hauling. I can't get in there. This thing has torsion bars on it. And I've
taken and dropped it quite a ways. But the transmission's up there. I got the drive shaft ready to squeeze into place. And, you know, she's got a lot of little things. Nasty looking shocks, but we got all brand new brakes on the back, drilled and slotted. We have air shocks, and we have all new stabilizer links all the way around. So this thing's going to be ready. The General Motors air pump will die, and it did, if you have a leaky system. And as you can see here, well, folks, very much left of those shocks. They're blown up. So it just pumps air through it, dries the air out, and then, you know, it just turns the thing into a pile of rust. So for right now, we're going to use the old air compressor trick, and then we're going to put a wet tank on it and get it going. But we've done all kinds of neat things with this thing, and we got it ready to go. We have the trailer. There is a 61 S2 Bentley left-hand drive sitting in it, which will need to be removed before we haul off to LA. These are some of the parts of that S2 Bentley. Those are a couple of doors. There's one of the hood wings that I painted on it with the clear coat. Beautiful. I mean, I haven't even sanded it. I mean, it's pretty darn good, even unsanded. That's that new RU Clear. I did it in the driveway, which is even more fun. That's going to be some really neat paint on that thing. But for right now, we just got to finish a few things on the bottom. Go down and give the state some of our hard-earned money for providing a service that isn't a service nobody really wants. That's called registration. Biggest crock of crap ever put upon the lives of human beings. I think it's a war crime, really, if you want to know the truth. You might see how low that's gotten on there. It's going to get lower when we drop it on the ground. Coming soon. But, yeah, get that hooked up. We go pick up that car, bring it up here, and we tear it apart. And I've got a 500-inch Cadillac sitting behind me. That's a great motor. And this car will become this car, okay? We're going to literally use this one right here, and we'll use the fenders, probably the grill. We have 2 hoods, so we're fine. And then what we'll do is we will begin the process, get all the dimensions out, and then we have what equipment we're going to put on the car. And let me give you the equipment list. I'm going to get out of your hair because, you know, we've been talking long enough. And you guys all know I talk all the time. Ratchet jaw, tongue wags on both ends. I don't care. You can't insult me. Oh, goodness. My knees hurt. I got a screwed up neck and God knows what going on here. 2 busted fingers on here. I've had surgery on. They're messed up. Don't get anywhere around speed bumps. My neck is busted. So here's what we got here on a powertrain. A 6.75 Bentley Turbo intercooled V8 tunable with a GM4L80E transmission, 4-wheel independent suspension with automatic manual air ride, 4-wheel 15-inch high-performance electric power brakes. We're working with ZF and a couple of companies trying to figure out how we're going to do that, and it looks like we're very close. Kind of nice. You don't have to put hoses and stuff, and there's no master cylinder or brake booster, and there's no fluid. So good stuff. We're going to use a Lincoln Mark 8 independent rear suspension with a TrueTrack differential. It's an 8.8 in those cars, which is a 8.8-inch differential. But I think we're going to swap it over to the much-loved 9-inch differential. The TrueTrack differential is a limited slip unit, and it really works well. They're amazing units. And in the body, we're going to have this exclusive custom grille, which when I get it up here, I'll start building that. Rolls-Royce P90 headlamps. Choice of Brooklyn's Racing windshield or Duval-style windshield. Tube reinforced cab with roll bar. That's an MG Midget cab. That's what they used, and they cut it up, did this, that. And we're going to do some interesting things with it. In place of side mirrors, we're going to have camera and screen system, standard. Custom boat tail rear end. 1-piece fender and running boards. If applicable, the Sovereign gets the running boards, the Speedster does not, for obvious reasons. But they are fiberglass. They're very strong. You can stand on them. We're going to reproduce those. We have a multitude of applications. We're also going to reproduce the boat tail. That was Gary's tooling for that he's had on all his cars, and he gave that to us. Said, take it away. So Bam, we're off out of there. Okay, interior, you got electric air conditioning, power heated and cooled seats, top quality leather. I've been looking at the new Connolly leather. I want something that smells like leather. I'm telling you, I grew up with it. I expect it. And I get in a car that has new leather and it doesn't smell like leather. I'm not happy. So I want stinky leather. I want it to smell like an old cow. Because that's what everybody appreciates. They appreciate that deep leather smell. Then we're going to have Wilton wool carpet and use it leather for binding the edges. Back to the old Rolls-Royce, Circassian walnut burlwood dash and trim. An audiophile sound system, dedicated GPS, and power supply suite consisting of numerous USB and C channel ports, as well as a lighter plug. Wow, we have all the toys. I'm working on that on this car over here. Let's pull the lighter out of the dashboard, or as we call it, the fascia. It's going into the console, so we have a plug-in for the back seat, and we got a plug into the front, and we don't have to have wires running around. Okay, so here's the fun part. I think you get a kick out of this. I'll throw a little humor in there. It's an option list. I don't know how much of we're going to get done, but I've talked to people who can do some of these things, and we'll figure out what those cost and how we're going to do it, but they're there. So we can do a reinforced fiberglass hardtop with the Duval windshield only, side curtains, hand-fabricated tonneau. So when you're running around without a top, you just put the tonneau on it. Dual batteries with custom show lighting, anti-theft system. The show lighting is kind of interesting because you got the car in a show and you flick the thing on and, it's doing all kinds of animated cool shit. And, the car looks all cool and neat and it plays music or whatever you're doing with it. And then it runs the battery down and you go fire it up with the other battery. That's the whole idea, is to have a main battery that you drag all the power off of, and the start battery gets you going when you kill that thing. But we got a built-in refrigerator, have crystal cocktail requisites. We'll have a 120 volt AC plug, so you can plug in things like who knows what, just basically anything that uses shore power. And then we'll have a hideaway solar charging system. This is one I really like because I've got some thoughts on this, but self-tracking paintball system for tailgaters. And then we'll have a personal defense suite. We won't talk about that. That's private for people who can, and they choose some things. We haven't gotten that completely worked out yet, but let me tell you, it's going to be nice. This is my favorite, guys, high-frequency sonic defense system with passenger hearing protection, and that would be driver and passenger hearing protection. So basically, if you come along and you got protesters in the street that are hostile and they're blocking the road, just put the headsets on, flip the switch, and drive off as you watch them laying on the ground screaming with their ears bleeding. I think that's an appropriate thing. Don't get in my way. Don't get in the road's for us, okay? We pay a lot of money for that damn road. We pay exorbitant money to register our cars to drive on our own road that we paid for. We pay ridiculous gas taxes. And then we got to put up with some jackass that's protesting. Go protest in a public place, all right? Don't protest in a street. It's not the same thing. Just because you don't like cars and you think we're all polluting the world doesn't mean that you can stand in the middle of the street. It's not a good thing, okay? I really don't want the grief of running somebody over. I really don't. So don't get in my way. That's basically it. You don't belong there. You have no place. But in case you do, this is a system we're developing. And, this kind of a neat thing. Well, it's already out there. It's already been developed. It's just for the car. But the idea is that we, have a nice car, exceptional car. There's nothing like it in the world. There's better cars. There's crazier cars. But the whole principle behind this car, the whole mission of this car, is if you're up in Seattle, God forbid, and you decide you want to drive down to LA for like the Grand National or the SEMA show or something, you got to have tickets for SEMA. You ain't walking in that place. But the bottom line is that you can, throw a bag in the back and put your little bonnet on and your goggles and haul ass from Seattle down to Vegas to go to the SEMA show and put it in the show if you can pull it off. I would certainly help you if I could. Throw it in the SEMA show. Enjoy it. You don't need a car around Vegas. You can get a Uber anywhere, and half the hotels will come get you anyways. But you got it in the show. When you're done, you hop in the car and hit the road again. Go pass through in and out with that thing and, boogie it back home. The car is designed, and this is the whole principle behind this car, is for you to be able to drive it to and from shows and show it. More important than that is, if you're in the San Fernando Valley and you want to go to a show in Vegas, you don't have to load up the trailer, unload the trailer, then figure out what to do with the hauling vehicle and the trailer. There's two pieces of equipment that every show you go to, there is some sort of major pain in the tail feathers with parking. You definitely have a pain trying to get those 2 units parked. So I'm relieving you of that burden. I'm going to give you a car for your hard-earned money that will literally get there and back, and you'll enjoy it. Between the comfy seats and the climate control, I mean, you may be out in the sun, but you got nice cool air on your feet and cool air-conditioned seats. You're gonna feel fine. If it's really cold, bundle up. Those hippo gloves are really good for that. Turn on the seat heaters, and just plow along. I mean, I've driven to some pretty cold weather with the top down in another car that I had. So this is amazing. I mean, I'm wanting this car because it's going to do everything that I've wanted it to do, and it's going to do everything that people who are car collectors and people like going to shows and the social events, every one of you get to have that vision of mine that you can just drive that car. Now, if you want to put it in the trailer, go ahead. All right, that's okay. I mean, yeah, if you're driving to Detroit, you probably do want to put it in the trailer. If you're driving to a Florida show, you might want to. That's fine. No hard feelings. It's a choice, but the beauty of it is that choice is going to be whether you want to drive it or not, and you make the choice, not whether the car's driving or not. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get this ready and put it on tonight. And sorry I've been so damn long, but here's the thing you're going to see. We may dovetail it with the new car. I'm putting together a YouTube channel for it, and it's called a Blackthorn Speedster and a Blackthorn Sovereign, and of course the Blackthorn Assassin. We just got our website up. We have a Google page, Blackthorn Motorcars, and it's blackthornmotorcars.com for the website. But we're also going to do a YouTube channel, Blackthorn Motorcars. And you guys can follow what we're doing. We're going to leave in a couple of days. We're going to head down to the trailer, go to Gary's, pick up his car, get in the trailer, get the mold and the tooling for the boat tail, and a few other things that are down there. Get that all wrapped up in the trailer, and then it's going to its first show on the 18th. Check out Crafty Kate. All right, anybody that's getting this, check out Crafty Kate on Facebook. She's having, I think, the 6th annual show over in Inyokern. Beautiful weather this time of year, 70s to 80s. It's in the desert, and just a few miles south of Ridgecrest, not far from Gene Winfield's old place. And if you get a chance to come to that, please come to that, because it's a car thing, man. It's a car thing, and it's growing every year. It's getting bigger and bigger, and I felt that this would be a great show to introduce the car. We're going to bring in the prototype, and there'll be some little things with the prototype that we're going to attach before we take the show. I think we're going to clean it up and spiff it up, and I might even paint those fenders. I don't know. I might just tape it off and paint them. I'll take that silly mechanism off for the top. I'll need that later, but not for this. And maybe throw carpet and find some seats that look nice, that fit. Just to have something there, if you follow what I'm saying. Just to make it look like, instead of a primered out prototype, it looks like it might have some opportunity there. Because I'm really excited about this car. This is a big thing, and Gary Wales is a big part of this thing. He got us to the car. All these years we've been building up to this, and he's even said some really nice things. I've sent this picture to him, all these pictures, and he loves it. He absolutely loves it, and I want to give him credit where credit's due. Gary L. Wales, check him out. He's been on Jay Leno's Garage like 5 times. He's everywhere, and if you happen to be in the San Fernando Valley on a Sunday morning, go over to Pierce College, because they have the Supercar Sunday. Gary with Dustin Troyan. And I'm going to tell you, that is an amazing show. You won't believe who you meet there. The darndest people will walk in on that. and I won't mention any names. You're not going to mention that, but you'll meet them. So good times. I'm going to get this up and going, and then we're going to on the channel, and then we're going to start a new channel coincidental with the Too Damn Many projects. So this is the project, okay? Everything's coming into play. The trailer this, the trailer that. We're cannibalizing the Arnage. We'll be putting the 61 S2 together in the middle of it, working on this Silver Spur that we have here. We're going to start looking up the details on it, but it apparently was a Saudi car, and that will be fun. But we need to get the sound system working and having the door lights, the interior lights come on when you open the driver's door. All the other ones come on, not they're getting switched to LEDs. We're cleaning up stuff. Put LED headlights on it, and they're like flamethrowers. We like that. But, things that might leak and things that might not be bright enough or whatever, we're taking care of that. And there's a possibility we put a trailer hitch on the car. These things absolutely tow like a dream. I mean, it's 6,000 pounds. They ought to. But look, I'm gonna end my conversation because I can go on all afternoon. I am just really jazzed about this. Looking forward to showing you guys. Looking forward to seeing the show, and we will chat later. Take care. Bye now.